Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This is for Monday the 31st of August, going through until Sunday the 6th of September 2020. Thank you for joining me. It is a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to give you a rundown of what's going on this week. I've had a look at what the planets are doing up in the sky. And these weekly horoscopes are for all signs of the zodiac. So the planets, they form energy amongst themselves, and that affects all of us down here on planet Earth. So whether you're a Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, any sign of the zodiac, this reading is for you for the coming week. My horoscopes are also based on UK time. So if I say 5 in the afternoon and you're on the East Coast in America, then it'll be 12 noon your time. So just take that into account and don't get too hung up on the time differences. And I'm going to go through each day to see what you can expect and what you'll be working with. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, Monday the 31st of August, final day of August here. We have the Sun in Virgo. Sun in Virgo, your identity is very much focused on being practical and sussing out the situation properly and having a good head on your shoulders, being practical. It forms a harmonious relationship with Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. So your identity and the desire to fix past mistakes is really strong with you. You also have the moon in Aquarius. The moon is how you feel. Aquarius is very generous, very magnanimous, very people-oriented, very much about humanity and the well-being of you and other people. That forms a harmonious sextile with Mars, the planet of drive and desire and passion and sex and ambition, in the sign that it rules Aries, so it's really able to get what it wants. So that's kind of at odds with one another. Aquarius is very interested in the world and Mars is very interested in me. What do I get? The moon also quincunxes, so another positive relationship. Mercury, the communication planet, in the sign that it rules Virgo. Inward position, I learn, I analyze. And Venus, the love planet, in Cancer. Venus in Cancer is like mama bear, very loving, very strong, very powerful. So it's an interesting mix on Monday the 31st of August. Altogether, you have a huge desire to love, but also to learn all that's going on, to keep your finger on the pulse, to be up to date with all the latest developments and happenings. Your analytical mind is currently in overdrive as well. So anything that requires analysis on your behalf, whether it's doing your tax return, if you're in the UK, it's a good time to do it because the accountants won't be as busy and you'll be in a good state of mind to do it. Also, any ideas that come to you out of the blue and they seem really self-evident, it's like, okay, well, thanks for sharing, everyone knows that, like everyone's thought of doing this. Don't dismiss those. Those are the ideas that you should pay attention to. They're going to bring you a lot of joy. And remember that your higher self, it's always quiet. You always have to kind of make that time and space to listen and to tune in and to say, what is it that you would like me to do? So don't just analyze your books and your finances, but also your life and the guidance that you're currently taking on board. So are you in a group of mean girls? Are you all friends? And it's when you first joined, it seemed super toxic and negative, but now you've taken on the ideology and you behave in the same way. Does that still resonate with you? So it's a good day to ask yourself that. And to experience good results as a benefit of listening to your guidance. So if you pay attention to your own ideas, they'll pay off in a good way. If they weren't going to pay off in a good way, then it would make sense to ignore them. But on Monday the 31st, if anything comes up and it seems like, okay, great, I mean, we've heard this, we know this, dwell on that a little bit more. There's a hidden kind of gem in there that you're missing. On Tuesday, the 1st of September, we've got the moon taking a dive into Pisces at 9:35 in the morning. The moon in Pisces is super connected to the final house in the astrology chart, the 12th house. The 12th house is about winding down. It's coming full circle, kind of transcending this earthy plane and looking at the next life and moving forward to that and seeing what's valuable in spiritual truth rather than in physical reality. So you really kind of take off a little bit with this moon in Pisces. You become somewhat ethereal in your thinking and very tuned into these finer frequencies in life. Welcome to September here. That's how it starts for you. The moon then opposes the sun in Virgo. So we're on this Pisces Virgo axis, which is about being analytical and listening and making sense of, and also operating not in the hidden, in the hidden realms, I should say, but operating in an area of life that's usually reserved for the hermits and the witches and the people who are in the know, the gurus and the people who tap into these frequencies. Or you may even think that people have the luxury of time to tap into these things. Well, you have the natural ability to do this, to analyze everything, not just practical, tangible info, but spiritual info as well. The moon also sextiles Uranus and Taurus, so it has a great understanding that anything can happen in the real world. So if anything outrageous happens, you'll be like, okay, very philosophical about it. It might be good, might be bad, let's have a look and see how it develops. So there's no judgment there. Mercury is in Virgo, so the communication planet, very happy in the sign of Virgo, saying I listen, and if I break things down, life is going to make sense, finally. I think that's the Virgo dream, that if you learn enough, things finally will come together and be like, hallelujah, I get it. The moon also trines Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, in Capricorn. So we've got loads of earth here and we've got loads of water. And on Tuesday, the 1st of September, because you have this added sensitivity and this analysis thing going really strongly for you today, you may feel morally outraged at something that enters your stratosphere, either via the news or via friends, or you overhear it somewhere, or part of your personal experience in any shape or form. Use this energy to find a cause of your own to fight for. So join a charity and affect real change in the world. Actually do something about this outrage instead of lamenting how awful everything is. You know, if you see something about, an article by PETA about animal abuse and you really have a reaction, then rather than just sit by, and especially, this is just, I'm being told to talk to the people who have felt at a loss lately. If you felt directionless and aimless and like you don't have a cause in your life, this is the kind of day where you can use outrage to your advantage by saying, hey, I saw that image by PETA about how those puppies were treated. I'm going to go to the local animal shelter and help, or I'm going to, be part of a charity that I care for. And that's going to have a positive impact on the world, and that's going to give me a purpose. So you are super intuitive at the moment on Tuesday the 1st, and you're also able to see through any malice or deception on the part of other people and institutions in your life. So someone taking advantage of you, or a business working you half to death. Bad people in your life, beware. You're going to see them, you're going to spot them, they're going to stand out like sore thumbs, okay? On Tuesday the 1st of September, all the bad people in your life, imagine you being in an auditorium and it's your birthday and everyone's around you. The bad ones are going to glow red, the good ones are going to glow green, okay? Like that talk show on TV. It's going to be very easy for you to sort the good from the bad. And I say that in all seriousness. If you're someone who just gives and gives and gives, and even if that's a sense of pride, I give to the detriment of my own well-being, is enough? When are you going to say, okay, I can barely get out of bed anymore, I'm so emotionally drained? Other people don't often mean to drain you emotionally, but that's what the interaction and what the vibration often is. So you've got to look at that for yourself and do something about it if you're ready. If not, then at least you have the option. So don't judge it immediately and say, okay, my gut feeling is telling me this is someone who doesn't have my back, who doesn't have my best interest at heart. Should I take that on board and take it seriously? Yay, nay? It's your decision. Only you can decide. I'm telling you it's worth looking at. And now you can trust your gut on Tuesday the 1st of September, so it's worth doing. On Wednesday the 2nd of September, we have the full moon in Pisces at 6:23 in the morning, and that's based on UK time. So I'm going to make a separate video on this to go into more detail. Yeah, and I'm going to look at the sun and the moon oppose each other during a full moon. That's why the moon is fully lit. But the moon also connects with loads of other planets and luminaries and nodes and angles and all sorts of things in the chart that kind of influences the moon. So I'm going to give you a whole breakdown of what that is about and what you'll be working with. And a full moon kind of lasts for a few days. I usually say 3 days because it's a build up and then it's a coming down off of. So have a look at that video. Full moon in Pisces. Moon is lit up in the sign of Pisces, so it's letting go of loads of spiritual energy, filling you with spiritual insights and the ability to access your spiritual side and spiritual truths in your life. So it's a present from the universe. People who are born during a full moon are often larger than life because the energy is just a buzz and a flame with energy. The sun is in Virgo and it trines Uranus and Taurus, and they form a really good relationship for the first couple of days in the week. So you take the unexpected in your stride. You're a cool customer here this week. Anything that's out of the blue, you're not judgmental and you're like, okay, didn't see that coming, but I'll take it, deal with it. So that's something you can rely on if you're worried about how much of a burden you can take in terms of your responsibilities and difficult life things. Am I going to crack under the pressure? No. You're sensitive, but you're unbreakable. You're hard as nails here emotionally. You can really bear the brunt of quite a few things that could, under normal circumstances, be emotionally exhausting. Venus in Cancer. Venus likes to take the initiative when it comes to love and also the responsibility. I love these people, therefore I have to cook for them. In Cancer, that's the kind of vibe. It's very, very much the mother as an authority figure and as someone you can rely on. It opposes Saturn in Capricorn. Yikes. So that's not encouraging, is it? Saturn is the astrological head teacher and it forms relationships with all the planets. I am kidding. Because Saturn does come along to every planet and form a relationship with it. But when it opposes, it's really at its most Saturnian, if that's a word, because it really says, oh, hello, Venus, we're directly apart from one another, 180 degrees opposite in the chart. Give me a breakdown of what you've been doing in the last couple of months. Every minute, please. I'd like a really deep analysis. And Venus is going to be like, oh, I was having fun, I was drinking champagne and lounging on the sofa, and now this auditor has come along and is saying, I want minutes of the meeting and the expenses. How much did you pay every minute? It's not fun. It's like the tax people coming along. No offense to the tax people, but it's you having to give accountability of every aspect of your life. And Venus is like not an energy that likes to be under the spotlight, as far as I'm concerned, especially in Cancer, because it's too busy taking care of other people. It doesn't want to give, it doesn't want to be accountable and give like this whole report so that you can be satisfied about what it's doing. It would say, what business is it of yours? So when Saturn comes along and opposes something, it puts it to the test. It really forces it to be in the limelight and to say, okay, this is who I am, hands up, no excuses. So, having said that, if you've been absent in your relationship, romantic, parent, child, boss, employee, and you have been neglectful, you're going to be held accountable for that today by the person who's been neglected. You may receive messages from the other side via your dreams, your intuition, or in your meditation practice. If you're connected with that and you enter this kind of receptive state, you may have the desire to rationalize away your feelings and to rationalize away the truth to protect yourself. don't do that. It'll catch up with you and it'll bite you later on. Face reality. Don't protect your feelings. It's less hurtful to face what's going on than to avoid it. An ex may pop up in your life and say hello and may remind you of the past. So it's a really full-on day, Wednesday the 2nd of September. So many things can happen. Moving on to Thursday the 3rd, we've got the moon now easing its way into Aries at 8:23 in the afternoon, in the evening. But that's the wrong word I just used. The moon doesn't ease its way into Aries. There's nothing about Aries that eases anything. Aries is a gathering of forces, and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so it's getting ready for the next life. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it's just you, after having been dropped off the UFO, landing on planet Earth and saying, all right, we're here, what are we going to do now? It's that energy of, it's my responsibility, it's my life. That just reminded me of a moment when I was when I was 7 or something. I walked along in this forest, and it was dusk, and it was getting really dark, and the trees kind of spoke to me, and they were really old and ancient, and this sense just came over me that on some level each one of us is completely alone in the world, and the relationships we create, they kind of pull us out of this state of isolation. And we know that isolation isn't natural. And when I've experienced that, I mean, most children, I don't know, most children will experience that at some point. I would say that 7 is probably pretty late. I mean, if you're not brought up in a family, or, you know, if you're left by yourself at a young age, you'll know that feeling. And it's like, oh, okay, there are a lot of buffers that I've got in my life and in my world. So, with the moon in Aries, you now get the sense again that all of these things that you've put into your life to make yourself more comfortable and to make yourself more connected, you have the ability to rise above all of that and to create new things, new relationships, new anchors in your life, new things that weigh you down and that give you a sense of belonging and structure and safety and security. And everything's going to be fine. Okay, Greg, don't worry. Everything's going to be good. That vibe. Mercury is in Virgo, so you really, if you're making assessments, you're really likely to make the right assessment. You're not going to get things wrong. So if you're making a PowerPoint, it's really likely that it's going to be a good PowerPoint, and then you don't have to triple check it because you haven't made that many mistakes. If you're writing something, if you're doing a job interview, any of those things are superb. Mercury in Virgo trines Saturn in Capricorn. So Saturn isn't confronting Mercury and saying, hello, give accountability of everything you've done. It's trining it, so it's kind of underpinning, and it's saying, okay, communication planet, I'm giving you security and foundation so you can communicate without any pressure. It's a different relationship. So with this innate sense of I need to go and create, with right thinking and practicality in place, you're super powerful on Thursday the 3rd of September. It's really you hitting the ground running. It's amazing. With that in mind, you being super practical and analytical, be deliberately gentle with yourself today, because the last thing on your priority list is self-care. You're interested in reality, analysis, coming up with answers to questions, working hard. You're not interested in, okay, it's going to be fine. So you've got to do that for yourself, because you can be a little bit harsh with yourself and really just say, I don't care what you feel, or if you're hungry, you're doing this, and it's too much. Remember, what you put out comes threefold. I said that totally wrong. Remember, what you put out into the world comes back to you threefold. So if you're putting out anything in the world which requires you beating yourself over the head to get it done, the product is going to be filled with that energy of fear and pain and, you know, suffering. You are analytical, so don't just cast that super powerful eye onto other things, cast it on yourself, and if you're being a slave driver to yourself, then stop it. So you're not inclined to be super understanding with yourself. it's much more likely that you browbeat yourself into submission and performing at a higher level, because it's never enough on Thursday the 3rd. And the self-abuse strain is back in town. Okay, so thanks for sharing. Choo-choo, in one ear, out the other. Don't let it affect you. If you can, balance this energy, this almost crippling, slave-driving energy that you've got inside of yourself, with maintaining your sense of self and actually not damaging yourself. I don't know if I'm expressing this very well. You're basically a judge, okay? You know what's right and wrong, but the options may be really cold and harsh, and you may not like either option A and B, both the right options. You may say, I'd rather do the thing that's wrong because it feels better. No, you're going to do the thing that's right, and you're going to do it if you like it or not. And that's the kind of energy that's really hurtful, because you can get brainwashed in it and think, this is for my own good. I'm being hard on myself for my own good. Because a lot of our parents would have said you need to work hard and you need to create a living for yourself on this planet, which is perfectly reasonable. But for a lot of people, that then justifies self-abuse, and there is no justifying that. So only if you can channel this kind of horrible driving voice into, okay, thanks for sharing, let's do some work without you harping on at me. If you can devote yourself to work that only you can do, you'll be able to channel that energy and to quiet that voice. So what are you the expert in? Because that's going to quiet that voice, and you're going to say, I'm the one who does this, I'm the expert in this field, zip it please while I'm working, while I'm busy, and that's going to work. Okay, so really full on day, Thursday the 3rd of September, so be gentle, okay? It's not gentle time, it's not nap time, it's not kumbaya, let's hold hands, it's really like, industrial revolution here, cotton factory work, the poorhouse. And you don't need to treat yourself that way. You love yourself too much to allow yourself to be raked through the mud like that, so protect yourself and take care of yourself properly. Friday the 4th, wow, so really intense here on Thursday. Friday the 4th, we've got Venus in Cancer, so still this desire to take care of other people. That squares Mars in Aries, so we've got the female principle and the male principle at odds with one another. So what comes in, what goes out, imbalanced. There's friction in the air immediately. Both the cardinal signs, Cancer and Aries, I take charge, I lead, it's my duty to implement. So both are even more at odds, because both bosses, both alphas are saying my way, no my way. The moon is also in Aries, ruled by Mars, and that sits on top of Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries, and it quincunxes the sun in Virgo. So the moon says, let's go, the wounded healer is saying, let's go, and the sun in Virgo is saying, you understand because you do your research and you make sense of things, so you have a reason and a justification to go. So again, the fires are stoked here, you're really, really energized. It's a good day to get things moving. Mercury in Virgo also quincunxes Mars in Aries and sextiles Venus in Cancer. So all the personal planets, Mercury, Mars, Venus, they're all stirring it up today in terms of understanding, loving, taking action, getting what it is you want. And it's really a time where you wear your heart on your sleeve, in the sense that there is a lot you want. You know, there are periods in your life when you're kind of hibernating and you go away for a few weeks and it's just like, yeah, I'll see you guys later, I'm just chilling out and keeping to myself. And then there are other times when you're full on and you want to connect and you want to interact. This is one of those times, and this week is really a week full of relationships. So Friday, with this magic energy of Mars and Venus and the communication planet, you really manifest things almost instantly. So Friday the 4th of September, any aspect that you touch on will be amplified. So it's great energy for love to flourish in, and any situation that you could take to the nth degree is likely to go to the nth degree. So a meeting with a friend will become a trip down memory lane, or will start something new. Trying to iron out problems between you and a colleague could end up in a lawsuit. An argument could get physical. It's one thing leading to another. It's escalating. It's the slippery slope argument. Really useless in regular life, my opinion, the slippery slope argument. But here on Friday the 4th, really a serious thing. It's a day where the most hysterical and dramatic case scenario can manifest itself. So please watch out and minimize risks. If you have a mother who doesn't react well to good news and you want to share that, Friday the 4th is not the day to share bad news that you know are going to blow other people up, in the sense of they get really angry or upset. And just be aware that things could escalate today, and if there's a risk involved, that it might be better to delay the situation or to amend it and to approach it from another way. Or if you really want something to blow up so that you can get out of it, Friday the 4th is perfect. So if you are in a relationship and you don't want to be in that relationship anymore and you have no reason to leave, if you want to pick a fight on Friday the 4th as an excuse so that you can say, well, we had that fight, I'm leaving you now. It's the kind of day where that would happen. It's better to be honest, isn't it? I think it's better to be honest. And what can you do with this energy? So if everything goes, so any healing, doing spiritual healing, taking a sound bath. We have that at the local ashram here, sound baths where they change your frequency with instruments, or pranic healing, Reiki healing, if you're someone, a healer yourself, healing yourself. Doing meditations where you meet your soulmate or your spirit guide, or your soulmate in spiritual truth so you can manifest it, or radical healing, anything that has the potential outcome of really creating a miracle in a positive sense for you. Approach those on Friday the 4th, because it's really likely that this hysterical energy leads to something fabulous and unexpected. On Saturday the 5th of September, we have Mercury, the communication planet, going into Libra. Now, Libra is the scales. It's about balance. I always look at it like a bridge with a speed bump in it. It's like, let's go. Okay, we have to be considerate of other people. Let's slow down and move over this together. And the communication planet in Libra is really able to communicate very well. Its active listening skills are through the roof, and it's really, really able to, literally build a bridge to facilitate interaction and to make things lovely and pleasant, and to put other people at ease, and to not just talk but to have a conversation. It's nice. Libra is elegant, it's beautiful, it's balanced. And when the communication planet, the way you think, is in Libra, you're not the only person in the world, you're part of a community, and you see things in a way that are palatable to you and to others. So it's even fair-minded, you're fair-minded. The moon is in Aries, so there's still a focus on my needs. It squares Jupiter, the lucky planet, Pluto, Hades in mythology, the underworld, death, and Saturn, structure, security, the Emperor in the Tarot, I would say Old Father Time. All in the sign of Capricorn, the worker. So the Aries moon, little Aries moon here, is in a square relationship with the outer planets Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and it's like, I want, and they're all saying, well, okay, but here's the world, and that can be a little bit intimidating to the Aries moon. But the Aries moon also conjuncts Mars in Aries, the red planet that rules Aries, the ram. So it gets real reinforcement and backup from Mars here. So you feel super, super confident on Saturday the 5th of September, but you also may feel horribly torn, because Libra goes both ways, goes in both directions, you see. So you have options now, but you have all the fire of Aries, and Aries is 180 degrees away from Libra. So Aries is me, my path, Libra is our path. So they're fundamentally opposed to one another, which will make you feel at odds with yourself. You may find it difficult to make a decision. And horribly, most horribly of all, the need to please other people may descend on you. Even though with all the energy of Mars and the moon in Aries, Saturday the 5th of September is the best day of the week to work on fulfilling your own independent life purpose. Don't let yourself get sucked into anyone else's drama. Get busy in your own life. So lots of relationships this week and lots of kind of tending the orchard. They have allotments here in the UK, like where you have a little bit of land and you can plant your carrots and your turnips and stuff. It's tending your own little patch of grass when it comes to you and other people and situations in your life, and you're really self-aware, and that self-awareness allows you to scrape the energy off the top and to use it for your own nefarious purposes. So you really have a lot of control about how you want your life to go and how you want your week to go. And Saturday, again, it's a wonderful day for anyone who's watching this who feels lost, who feels like, what am I supposed to do with my life? That's something I can really relate to, and some of you are going to find this ludicrous, but I'm going to be 39 soon, and obviously that's followed by 40. And for me, my identity is, I'm a Virgo myself, so my identity is something fluid, and that's something that I tell myself, and like all of us, we're constructs, right? And for me, the 40-year-old me, that's not a version that I've really thought very much about, and it's leaving me kind of, well, I always rely on the universe, but in terms of my experience as a person, it's very unsettling, I find, because it's a version of you that you haven't discovered yet, and it's not just a number to me, it's kind of, it represents a shift into this adult phase of my life where I'm meant to be blossoming and becoming the person I am. So that seems daunting. That can feel overwhelming, I think, to anybody. And I think the whole midlife crisis thing is real, because you want to rediscover yourself when society says, well, in this chapter of your life, you ought to be doing this. And it's like, well, okay, you may do 40 this way, but how do I do 40? And it's really a prompt to have a personal experience. So this is really good for anyone who is kind of finding their balance again, to look at those things, to be self-aware, and to say, what is it that I want to do moving forward? What will bring me joy in my life? Because I am the author of my experience. I'm the author of my life. And I think you really take, with the accountability, you also take responsibility for that, and that suits you well, because taking that on board and saying, I am the author of my life, really gets you scribbling away and creating something delightful. Saturday the 5th of September, I would really urge you, focus on you. And really, if you feel torn, use all that energy. If you're kind of navigating a new aspect or period in your life, or you've just got married, or you've just got divorced, or you've moved, or you've found a new job, or you started your own business, and you're really trying to say, okay, where can I belong in my life, and where can I just relax and go, oh, I'm home in my own life? Because we create home for ourselves. Like, some people need 10 friends, other people need 3. It's whatever is comfortable to that person to feel like they are weaved into this quilt of life. Okay, I think you get it. Finally, Sunday the 6th of September, the moon moves into Taurus at 8:45 in the morning. I love Taurus. Taurus is the sign of the bull, it's earth. It's super practical, it's controlling, it doesn't like change, and it likes to make nice things, to create abundance and wealth and beautiful environments. It's ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty. Taurus loves beauty. And Venus, the love planet, moves into Taurus on Sunday the 6th. So the moon is in Taurus, love and beauty. Planet of love and beauty is in the sign of love and beauty, so we're really getting a lot of pink cherry blossoms, romantic vibes. I don't know why I'm hesitating so much on that, but yeah, Venus represents love and romance. And in Taurus, it's in a really earthy, practical way that you can control as such. So you can pull someone near you and kiss them. There you go. The Taurus moon also conjunct Uranus in Taurus, so that's really good. So anything can happen. The world is your oyster. That's exciting. I love days like that. And it squares Venus, the love planet, and it quincunxes the communication planet Mercury, now in Libra. So we're not so focused on analyzing everything. It's like, okay, you're beautiful. You're beautiful because your face is super symmetrical and your hair is ash blonde and you're wearing a pencil skirt and your calves look amazing in those heels. That's what's really getting me. It's more like, oh my God, you're beautiful. I appreciate that. Let's have a conversation and a glass of champagne and chat. It's a different experience. It's more like actually enjoying it. So, Sunday the 6th, it's one of the best days of the year when it comes for new love and romance. Why do I keep hesitating? There's something else that wants to come through. Okay, new love and romance with yourself. Yes, you can see yourself as you want to be, fine. You can start your own business. Okay, but it's a Sunday. Let's see if it comes through. There's something else that you're feeling good in your own skin. And you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone and to have some fun. You're willing to let your hair down and to let loose, but you're still in control. So if you find that difficult to match having fun without going completely off the rails, you'll be able to manage it on Sunday the 6th. You're confident and considerate, the perfect combination. Yeah, that's what I think. It's not just about you. It's not like, oh, it's a good day for love for me to find the hottest guy out there. It's really about a meeting of minds, a meeting of souls. It's a bridge over troubled water. It's the bridges of Madison County, lots of bridges. It's basically you connecting with someone who is on the same wavelength. You just get each other. You want to be part of each other's lives. You feel like you can be natural around this person, and you're also interested in making them happy. Obviously, not all of that on the first date. You'll start to get to know that. But the amazing thing is that it's a combination of you being at your best and exuding that and giving it away and receiving it back. That's how life should be, I think. The nice people who are loving and who give love freely, stamp of approval. You get a partner. You get to be happy. You get someone similar. It's a shame I don't get to do it. No, it isn't. I think it's better, like, not that that's an option, God, but I think the way it is really, it feels quite, the stakes feel so high. It's strange. Yeah. So, whether the stakes are high or not, if you're someone who is interested in connecting with another person, falling in love, being in an even-keeled relationship, in a balanced relationship, if you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone and to connect with other people and to enjoy yourself, please do that. Please make an effort to go out, to invite the family to the beach or to go for a walk or to go to a party if you can, if the lockdown's over, or if you're able to go to an AA meeting online on Zoom. It's important that you step out of your own little bubble and that you connect with other people on Sunday the 6th, because it pays off. You get something good coming into your life and you need to be there for that to happen. You need to be present. And sorry, I'm just going on and on, but the feeling I get is because you bring all of that on Sunday the 6th. You feel good in your own skill. You feel beautiful. You feel comfortable. You feel accomplished. You feel like you've had a good week. And that rocks up. Remember, what you give, what you put out there returns threefold. I should have been a Wiccan, you see. And it's true. And on Sunday, the atmosphere is just right that all of that comes together in a nice little beautiful cosmic package, a little prezi for you. And all of that good feeling is reflected to you, most likely, in the shape and form of another human being. Oh, hallelujah. Hooray. That is amazing. So I really think this is a fabulous, amazing week. Have a wonderful time. If you would like a personal reading with me, you know where I am. Just get in touch with me via the website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, you'll see a book your reading button. Click on that to book your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, numerology, and my intuition. So the way I combine them here, I combine them in the reading. And for your astrology chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. And by having those 3 bits of information, and I'm able to draw up a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. That is your natal chart. I can analyze that. It tells me everything about you, about your strengths, weaknesses, work, love, health, moving, anything. Family, identity, spirituality, institutions, love, any aspects of life. If you don't have the time of birth, by the way, order a chart rectification on my website. Just click on the shop tab and it'll be on there. That's a process where I work out your time of birth, and having the time of birth is really helpful because the chart changes every 4 minutes and the rising changes, I think, every hour. So that's kind of significant and will change the chart a lot. So it's a lot more accurate if you have a rectified chart, and I have the actual time of birth. If you have any questions or you're interested in speaking to me, then please do get in touch via the website gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit the like button to do that. Share the video online, please, with other people so they can listen to this amazing weekly horoscope forecast. I'm modest too. And hit the subscribe button, please, to be part of this channel. It's a lovely community full of lovely people. It really is. The people on this channel are the best. And if you have any questions for them, ask them in the comments. That's what they're there for. Support each other, help each other, love each other. I love you guys for being part of this channel, for watching my videos. I hope you have an amazing week ahead of you. It looks like an amazing week. The astrology looks super, super enlightening. I'm genuinely excited for it. In my case, I'm excited for it because there's some personal issues I want to work out. Like bits about, like certain character traits that you're aware of and they're not ideal, but doing them anyway, and actually facing that and saying, do you know what, I can change. I want to give off a different vibe. I want to get better and keep rolling into this amazing life that's ahead of me and that I'm living right now already. Because life is good. Life is good, right? Even if you're having a tough time, life is good. And if you fundamentally hang on to the fact, or just let it arise from within you, that life is good, because it's true, you don't need to hang on to it, then you create more good things in your life. It's the secret, it's the law of attraction, it's manifestation. I only came to all of those things late in life. I wasn't brought up with manifestation and your thoughts are things and what you speak becomes the truth. And I've read a lot of things, self-help, spirituality, and I've found that that is really so accurate. People who speak a certain way bring things into their life. You can see it. Pay attention to it in other people's lives. You can really, really be a witness to it. Okay, I've just gone off on a tangent. There you go. Have an amazing week. I'll be thinking of you. Like I said, if you do want to speak to me, get in touch via the website. And that is it. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you next week. All the best.